Hello my faithful viewers. This video covers our trip from our campground at Fishing Bridge up to see Ole Faithful. The video runs about 20 minutes, culminating in watching Ole Faithful blow her top and then our trip back to the camp. Hope you enjoy watching. Stay patient. I think the views and getting to see this wonderful park hopefully will be worth it. This is the Hayden Valley. See off in the distance on the left there all the buffalo, all the cars that have pulled off to see them. Probably 100 there, 46. I'm not going to be stopping. People are looking at, oh, there's a herd of elk. Pull over here. Oh, there's a duck, I guess, I'm not sure. Canyon Village. I'm sure it's just a tourist. Trap selling you all kinds of souvenirs. Ole Faithful. Oh, we're gonna make a left here. 42 miles. One thing there is no shortage of in American parks is pull-offs. Here's one coming up. There would be maybe 4 or 5 of them in a mile. In this case, I think I pulled off just to let Bella have a pee. This is one of 10,000 hot springs, mud springs, steam holes, and geysers in the park. The average temperature of these springs and these pools you see here, around 185 to 195 degrees Fahrenheit, but keep in mind that at 8,000 feet where we are here, water boils at a much lower temperature. Many people in the past have died in these springs thinking they can just dive in, and what they're basically doing is killing themselves. They basically boil alive. In one case, a guy's dog got away from him. The dog jumped in and the guy dove in after him. The dog was never seen again and the man died the following day. These pools are not only deadly hot, they're deadly full of all kinds of chemicals and minerals. As we move on in the video, I will talk more about the park and why it is the way it is. This is a glimpse of the Yellowstone River that runs from the south to the north parts of the park and well beyond. It has a total length of about 700 miles. Nice to get into these spots and get some photos, but it's impossible. Another pee break. It certainly is good for us to get out of the bus every 45 minutes to an hour. For Bella, of course, to have a quick pee, and for me just to stretch. What is it, Bella? What is it? Yellowstone River. Made a stop here and had some breakfast. There's people down there. I think they're just fishing. Bella's fishing too. I don't know what for. Massive backup I just passed. Some type of geyser, I'm not sure which one. When you're in the park, you certainly have to be prepared for a lot of these situations. They refer to them as animal jams. There may be somebody that just sees a deer off to the side, just stops their car dead in the middle of the highway, and you may have 40 or 50 cars backed up behind them. Rarely does anybody blast their horn to get them to move. It's just, in most cases, just accepted. So you can't be in too much of a hurry. This is a geyser, of course. Oh, there's a lot of people. That's a long, long walk for where people are parked. Some of them must be back. Oh, I'm saying a half a mile. The water that's going into the river right there must be laced in sulfur. So I'm pretty sure that water is coming from those springs. Could be wrong, but a vast amount of contaminated water from the springs and geysers does end up in the Yellow River, but eventually I guess it gets diluted as it leaves the park and gets runoff from better sources. These people are all stopped to look at some small springs on the other side of the river. As this video pans from the close-up of the sign and moves around, you'll see the steam there off in the distance. That's what all the people in the traffic jam were stopping to see. All these people. I don't All of these people you see parked in the parking lot on the right and all along the side of the road are there to see a couple of small geysers. And I'm babbling on and on about how crazy they are. For walking the distance they will walk to see these little geysers. The river, of course.
Had to be back to get the car before the 2-hour time limit.
Sure.
So then we just went to get the car. We went to the hotel. She went and did laundry. When she came back, I'm like, we're going to eat. And the place I found to eat was on the same street where the Painted Lady houses were.
Okay.
Only it was like 2 miles down the road. So I drove there myself, parked, got a picture of them. Then we went around and I found Lombard Street.
Okay.
And I was going to drive down it, but the traffic was god awful.
Sure.
So I'm like, yeah,
Il vient à toutes les 80 minutes. Comment? Oui, c'est de l'eau chaude qui vient de la c'est de la comme les eaux chaudes, ça me
We've been in this mess for must be 25 minutes, a half an hour. Just bumper to bumper. See that steam up in the distance there? Those are geysers, and there's viewing areas up there to go see them, and people are packing in there. And this is what you end up with. This is the kind of like the ugly side of these big federal parks and the attractions in them and the reason people go to see these things. But it is a long weekend. Well, the weekend started on Thursday, July 4th, Independence Day here in the US of A. So I would think this traffic is a lot heavier, but how much heavier, I don't know. This is one of the most popular parks on the continent, I'm sure. So it gets a lot of people. Millions of people. People will certainly walk a long way to see these things. I don't know how far back they're going to have to walk. close to that distance to see Ole Faithful. So, this is for the same geyser coming from the other way, of course. I already went through this. Hard to feel bad for it. Just have to be patient. It ain't fun. Canyon Village, elevation 8,000 feet. Could have fooled me. Lake is this way. I gotta turn. Oh, the hell. Frick. A buffalo on the side of the road here. He's just munching on some nice, tasty grass. Two buffalo just swam across the river. Interesting. I really never thought much of them being much in the way of swimmers, but no problem with that. Not much to see there. They're mud cauldrons. Steaming hot, boiling mud. Just past a big area, very active area, but nowhere to park, of course. Too bad. This is Fishing Bridge, and the Yellowstone River goes into or comes out of Yellowstone Lake. Don't know why they got the irritating thing in the middle here. Watching pedestrians. So obviously, there's a walkway down there so you can fish off this bridge. This is a sulfur cauldron. Another one over here. Yellowstone is extremely thermal active. You see off in the distance there some of the hot pots or whatever they are burning, and not burning but seeping the gases, and off there in the distance just past those, more of them. This sulfur does stink. Amazing. See all the pots. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but you can hear the gas escaping from underground. Incredible. You see that boiling. Thank you for watching.